when you hunger number one. It's the wonder and the fun. Don't be mean to see the green. You get caught in the machine. You caught in the machine.
Wrong Time Capsule. I remember making up the riff to that. For some reason, I was on the phone with Chess Smith in my apartment. Chess Smith, who now he's like a very well-known jazz and session drummer. Plays in Mr. Bungle. Who's he play with now? Anyway, Chess Smith.
Ceramic Dog. Mark
Of course, Ceramic Dog. Mark
Ribot,
Ribot, yeah. For some reason, I was on the phone with Chess, and I was sitting in a chair like I am now, and I was holding a guitar in my hands, and I was just sort of absent-mindedly like moving my fingers around. I came up with that riff, and I was so happy with it. I thought it really sounded like some weird like sci-fi Keith Richards or something. And I remember it came together really fast when we recorded it. It might have been one try, and it just like totally clicked.
I always loved your lyrics, Satomi.
Oh, thank you. But this wasn't
that yours?
Greg's lyrics.
Oh, really? Oh, I always thought
it might have
Satomi
been
wrote
my
it. Okay.
lyrics.
I always love these lyrics.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
It was sort of a similar thing to the O'Malley. It's like, don't sacrifice basically don't sell your soul to the devil. Don't sacrifice who you are in order to achieve success. But then it was also like this idea of the okay, what was the time capsule? It was, instead of a person in the past leaving a time capsule for people in the future, it was exactly the inverse. It was a girl in the future, probably a post-apocalyptic, somewhat destroyed future that was difficult now to survive, sending a message to the past what not to do.
Terminator.
If you're in an underground rock band.
Crossbones, don't do what you are about to do, because I'm going to end up basically struggling to survive, So it's wrong time capsule. It was like, don't do this.
It's about capitalism. Right?
It's about capitalism. You got it.
America.
Skip the waves, syncopate forwards, backwards. Ooh. Skip the waves, syncopate forwards, backwards. Ooh. Skip the waves, syncopate forwards, backwards.
I mean, I thought it was really taboo. Like, I mean, that's what I loved about Deerhoof when I first discovered them. I was like, finally, a rock band that sounds like real rock to me. The rock music that I grew up listening to. And it just seemed so like no one else is doing that. Like no one else is admitting or admitting that they like this or coming from this place. So it made me feel super connected to the band. And then I guess it's probably just our age or something too, right?
I mean, I love that you say that. I feel like it was more complicated. I think that most of the allusions, at least prior to you joining, to the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Who, the Kinks,
and the Trogs,
were coming from me.
Not John.
And
Not me, yeah.
I don't think that I realized how unhip it was. It's just, that's like music that I actually liked. And it was music that I thought it had proven itself as standing the test of time. And so I thought like, oh, well, if you want to make like an album that's going to do well, like obviously model it on something that has previously done well. And so, but a song like Wrong Time, it's like, I'm not playing the guitar on that song. It's John playing the riff. And like, that was not a common ground that we had or have at all.
Not at all. Yeah. We do now. It's like, I feel like, but at that time for sure, like when I first joined Deerhoof, I had none of that. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't listen to the Beatles. I didn't listen to the Rolling Stones. But I started listening to the Kinks through you all. And
But you liked metal and stuff, right?
I loved.
Didn't you like Judas
and
Priest?
I mean, at that moment, actually, I was kind of already over metal. But like, I would have considered myself a fan of classic rock. I mean, I liked Zeppelin. But it was, it's just, I had horrible taste. Like, it's funny because I think I still do. Like I remember going into a recording studio with Ed's in my old band, and the engineer saying, "Oh, so do you know The Who?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know that song Eminence Front." And
That's a good song. That's a good
and
song.
he's like, "You don't
John,
know
you have
The
good
Who."
taste.
It's an awesome song. Yeah, that keyboard part.
No, I love it. But I mean, my point is, like, I just didn't know this music. I wasn't exposed to it.
Yeah.
Like, when people were listening to that, I was like, listening to very different things. So
I remember Satomi, you and Greg were really into free
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah.
Me?
When we were doing
I
this
don't
record.
think so.
No?
Free.
Oh.
Well, there's just that song
What
all
was
right
it?
now.
Yeah.
Right.
I never thought that was funny when I was in Japan. I think I thought I joined the noise band and then turned into rock band.
Oops.
Oop.
Thumbs
But,
down.
so tell me, what about Ozzy? You're a big Ozzy
No, I
fan.
liked metal. Yeah, Ozzy.
Yeah, you were in the
I
metal.
saw Ozzy.
I mean, that's
in
classic
Budokan.
rock.
Yeah.
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 Right.
With Zach Wilde, the
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilde era.
Zach Wild.
Yeah.
Then after me, you guys got Ed, who's basically like Zach Wilde's come back.
Totally. Yeah.
He's the
he could
21st
play
century
all that
Zach Wilde.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
I came to San Francisco and stayed with a friend who I became friend with in Tokyo and in this band called Carolina Rainbow, and he let me stay, and he was like kind of a, how do you call it, like a guardian, like a mentor, and then he was like, do you want to join this band called Deerhoof? They're looking for a singer. And he played the 7-inch, and that came out from Q Rockstars or something, and it was a noise band. Just a crackling noise, and sometimes screaming. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I love noise. I like Merzbow, CCCC, and like Masona and all that kind of Haino Keiji, and I came from that kind of 80s like Japanese noise people, and I thought I joined the noise band. So I didn't expect I sing like melodies and stuff, because I didn't know how to sing, how to play any instruments. But I learned over time.